Welcome back everyone, and thanks for joining me for another episode of my Football Manager 2024 career with Manchester United. And I know it's been a week or more since the previous episode, and a lot has happened since. I know I said that I was going to come back with a live comm of the Blackburn game in the FA Cup, but I've just powered on through this season. It's also been kind of difficult to record anything during the last week or so I've just sat down and I've just powered on through this season. As you will see, we're going to go through all the fixtures and what's transpired, and I tell you what, things are looking really good this season for Manchester United, with our title hopes of competitions such as the Champions League, Carabao Cup again. It's just been a fantastic season since the start, really. We haven't had too many hiccups along the way. We haven't had too many major injuries apart from one. Anyway, let's just get into it. Let me walk you through and let me bring you up to date with everything that's happened in this Football Manager 2024 Manchester United journey. So at the end of the previous episode, we drew 1-1 against Leicester City at Old Trafford there. Then we travelled to Wolves, ended 0-0 at Molineux. 3 draws in a row there, dropping some vital points towards our title hopes. But then we played Juventus. We went to Turin, an absolute shithousery here. We got a result that wasn't expected. We beat them 2-1. Look at the amount of shots that we had. 6, 4 of those on target, but I was really expecting Juve to turn up and absolutely pummel us. I mean, I had Scott McTominay as a centre-back. We did concede the first goal, and I thought, and it was quite early on as well, 7 minutes in, Chiesa getting that first goal, drawing first blood, and I thought, this is it. It is going to be a bloodbath. But Evan Ferguson stepping up, smashing home the equaliser there, and you can see Anthony, surrounded by Juventus players, keeps hold of the ball and he drives in that low cross which finds Bruno Fernandes on the end. I certainly had my Jose Mourinho moment. So up next, we took on Arsenal in the Premier League. We needed a result here and we got it, and it was absolutely phenomenal. Finished 4-2 to United. Pity we had to concede those 2 goals, but overall, I can't complain. It's a fantastic performance. We always seem to turn up against the big teams at home. It's become an absolute fortress, Old Trafford, in this save. It's got to the point where you expect a result from this team at home. And that's what Old Trafford should be like. You can see Thomas Partey, though, it's pity we gave him so much space here. He took his time, lined up a shot, and it did in the end take a deflection. A bit of good fortune there for Partey, but Rasmus Højlund has been brilliant these last couple of months, and you can see those low driven crosses certainly helping us out at the moment. They're always finding either Evan Ferguson or Rasmus Højlund. Bruno Fernandes here finds Garnacho, who's really stepped up this season, really being that wonder kid. You can see Rasmus Højlund just on the end of it, almost like a Ruud van Nistelrooy type player, sort of trait that he carries in this save, the role that I've got him playing in. And Hannibal finishing up proceedings for United on the day, making it 4. And then you can see, unfortunately for Hannibal, the second goal that goes to Arsenal, he is on the end of it. It does go down as an own goal as Odegaard hammers it off Hannibal, but overall a good performance from the youngster. You can then see we went and played Fulham in the EFL Cup quarter-final. We smashed them 4-1. We beat them in the final last season, and then we travelled to Chelsea. Chelsea, up to this point, were banging form, fighting for that top spot, and we went to Stamford Bridge just like we did in Turin against Juventus, and we ground out a result with this 4-4-2 formation. I think when I look at this team now, I'm really happy with my defence. I'm really happy with my attack. I just need to carry on working on this midfield. We're almost there, and if we can maybe come away with a Premier League or a Champions League this season, and certainly going to give me a bit of a headache maybe. Will I have to strengthen the midfield if we're winning a Premier League title with the current side that we've got? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But as things have been going, everything's just pointing all in the right direction. You can see Brozier there for Chelsea getting that goal back, but it wasn't enough, as we did walk away from Stamford Bridge with all 3 points, and then we let ourselves down. We travelled to Bournemouth and we dropped all 3 points in a battle on the sea front, as we lost 3-2 to Bournemouth, and we will move swiftly on as we picked ourselves up in the month of January. Lots of goals all around. A 4-0 win there against Nottingham Forest. Then here is that game that I said I was going to come back to you guys with, the FA Cup third round at Old Trafford against Blackburn Rovers, and it finished 5-2 to United as we would go through to the next round. But look at this. This is what I mean about it doesn't matter who turns up, who our opposition is. We will always expect a result, always expect a performance at Old Trafford. We beat Chelsea 6-2 in the Carabao Cup semi-final, first leg. What a result. Pity we had to concede 2 goals, but Charlie McNeil did get on the score sheet for that game. I wanted the Villa game. Before you click on this, you can see our next game in the Premier League, Aston Villa. Shea Lacey got a bit of action on the right side here, and he even got on the score sheet. He looks so composed. He already looks ready for first team football at such a young age, and this is what I like about this save at the moment. I'm just trying to get as much youth into the first team and get them performing to the standards that we expect of Manchester United. It's a really nice goal as well from Shea Lacey as he burst into the box. No one making a challenge, almost afraid of him. Then we travelled down to the capital. We took on Spurs. It finished 3-2 there to us. Another big 3 points. We had Genk in the Champions League phase. I don't like this new phase system. Please just go back to the group stages. We beat them 1-0, and then we got knocked out of the FA Cup 4th round. Liverpool beating us 3-1, but we won't talk anymore about that, as we then went on to smash Porto in the next Champions League game. It finished 6-0 there at Old Trafford. Shea Lacey once again, another outstanding performance, another goal to his name. We'll have a look at the goals here. Shea Lacey starting proceedings off nice and early for United in this game, just under a minute played. A fabulous goal, a fabulous moment for the lads. First Champions League goal for him in his career, and we'll just rewind that. As you can see, look at his positioning. It's all about the work rate, the anticipation. He busts a gut to get into the box, to get in front of his man, and Højbjerg there as well picks him out. It's just a wonderful finish, putting it past Diogo Costa in between the sticks there for Porto. Then we move into the month of Feb. We travel to Anfield yet again, but this time in the Premier League, and it finished all square, 2-2 there, 4 goals in total. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, our summer signing, getting himself on the score sheet early on. And then we travelled to Luton, beat them 2-1. We smashed Southampton, continuing our fine scoring form at Old Trafford, keeping that clean sheet as well. Brentford were up next, and they dropped points to us. Also, Shea Lacey on the score sheet. And then in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final at Stamford Bridge, we lost a 4-1. They were up for the cup, but it just wasn't enough, as we did advance through to the final to then play Arsenal at Wembley in the Carabao Cup final. We did beat them 3-2. What a game as well. You can see Hannibal scoring in the 83rd minute to make sure we lifted that trophy for the second consecutive season. It is becoming my trophy. You can see Gabriel Jesus scored the opening goal in the 28th minute. I thought maybe from there it was going to be Arsenal's day. They were a lot more superior than us in the first half an hour played. You can see Odegaard putting them ahead from the spot, and I thought it's just going to be one of those games, but Rashford came up trumps with this headed goal at the far post, whipped in from Wan-Bissaka. Well, it's more of a floated cross, wasn't it, to find Rashford there at the far post. But look at this, a youthful central midfield saw us over the line, dictating play, and you can see Hannibal just bursting into the opposition's box and just picking his spot and winning Manchester United's second Carabao Cup in 2 seasons. Absolute phenomenal stuff. And then that brings us up to date. We've just played Atletico Madrid in the Champions League round of 16 first leg. Really good result there away from home. So here we are. Here is the league standings, and it's looking really good at the moment. We currently sit third. We've already qualified for the Europa League Conference League, is that? We've got 3 games or 2 games in hand, well 3 games in hand behind Liverpool, and we sit just 2 points behind City and Liverpool. So win our next game, win our next 2, we're sitting nice and comfortably at the top. We are well and truly in this title race. Hopefully this is number 21. There was a bit of transfer business in January. You can see that Donny van der Beek returned to his old club Ajax on loan. Malacia's gone to Valencia on loan. Jadon Sancho's gone to West Ham on loan. But the big deal of January saw Bruno Fernandes leave for Saudi money. He left for 190 million. It's a shame to see him go, but he wanted the move and he's getting on. Best to just cash out now. We only brought in 1 player, and that was Bart Verbruggen, the goalkeeper from Brighton, and he will probably come in to replace Bayinda, who will probably move on at some point. Anyway, that is the end of this episode. I do promise to come back with the next episode with a live com, so do stay tuned for that. But for now, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.